Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl in your face while you're sleeping. Incredible cases of wild animals attacking people. Debate remains as to whether animals are capable of deep emotions like holding grudges. However, most scientists would agree that animals can have personality traits comparable to humans, so it's possible that they can hold grudges. Of course, the question of which species can hold grudges could open a whole new can of worms. Lions have been observed apparently holding grudges against other lions, and cows have behaved similarly towards other cows. Elephants have even appeared to take revenge against humans. Whether it be out in the jungle or a domesticated beast, an animal with killer instincts will sooner or later return to his natural ways. Let's look at some of the most incredible cases of animals coming after Homo sapiens. We can bet that after going through this list today, you'll make sure to stay on the good side of all the animals you ever encounter. Let's go. Number 11. The pet hippo. In 2011, headlines were made when a South African man named Marius Els was killed by his pet hippopotamus, which he called Humphrey. The death was notable because Els and Humphrey had appeared in media and videos together demonstrating their seemingly friendly bond. A video called My Pet Hippo, I Love Humphrey was uploaded to YouTube earlier in the year that Els was killed. He had rescued Humphrey as a calf from a flood. Around 6 years later, Humphrey killed Els by repeatedly biting and gouging him. It was not the first time that Humphrey, the 1,179-kilogram mammal, had killed. He had previously destroyed multiple cows that had been owned by a business partner of Els. Friends of Els reportedly knew it was only a matter of time before the deadliest animal in Africa would off a person. Hippos killed more people each year than several more dangerous-sounding species combined, including elephants, lions, leopards, and rhinos. Els was known for performing dangerous stunts with Humphrey, especially posing for photographs while riding the animal's back. At one point before Els' death, Humphrey had attacked two canoers who had passed too close to him in the river, forcing them to climb a tree for safety and remaining there for hours. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that will take just 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell and you get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works. Number 10. Tiger versus poacher. The Siberian tiger, also called the Amur tiger, is generally considered the largest subspecies of tiger. They can easily weigh over 225 kilograms and measure over 3 meters when measured from nose to tail. They're also excellent jumpers and can comfortably scale a height of 7.6 meters without breaking a sweat. Getting on the nerves of such an apex predator is a very bad idea and could have some seriously undesirable consequences. Russian poacher Vladimir Markov found out the hard way after he attacked one in the Russian Far East in 1997. Markov shot and wounded the tiger during a hunt, and to add insult to injury, he took part of its kill. The tiger didn't forget, and between 12 and 48 hours later, it tracked Markov to the cabin where he lived. But Markov wasn't home, so the tiger destroyed anything in the cabin that had his scent and patiently waited for him to arrive. When Markov finally did, the tiger killed and ate him. To date, the incident remains the only time a tiger has been known to have deliberately tracked down a specific human and waited for him before serving some karma. Number 9. Doggy power. In 2015, a man in Chongqing, China, drove to his home one evening to find a stray dog lying in his parking space. Instead of shooting the dog, he proceeded to kick it out of the way before parking his car and entering his home. The canine didn't take the kicking incident lying down. It left but returned with more dogs, and they all proceeded to vandalize the man's car. They used their jaws to make dents in the car and bit the windshield wipers. The man was shocked when he woke the next morning to find his car full of dents. He only realized what happened when a neighbor who saw the dogs attacking the car told him. Number 8. Truman the octopus. Octopuses are intelligent animals with good vision and the ability to remember things. They are also capable of holding grudges and taking revenge whenever they get the chance. That was the case for Truman, an octopus that used to live in the New England Aquarium in Boston, Massachusetts. Truman took a particular dislike for a woman who was volunteering at the aquarium and would shoot a stream of water at her at every opportunity he got. The lady later left for college but returned for a visit a few months later. Truman, who hadn't been shooting water at anyone in the meantime, quickly shot a stream of water at her the moment he saw her. Number 7. Leopard brutally attacks park ranger. In Lake Nakuru National Park, Kenya, a female leopard became a nuisance to some communities after she started feeding on their livestock. The people, fearing that the leopard might soon become a man-eater, called in park rangers to capture and relocate the animal. The leopard was captured and relocated but refused to leave her cage at the back of the pickup truck used to transport her. It was at this point that things got nasty. One of the rangers, Alexander Rono, poked the leopard with a long stick from the cabin of the truck, hoping she would leave the cage and escape. The leopard did not appreciate the gesture and roared aggressively at the pokes. She even bit the stick at one point, but still did not leave the cage. When she finally did, she didn't immediately flee. Rather, she turned towards the front of the vehicle and tried unsuccessfully to jump into the cabin where Alexander was seated. Alexander tried rolling up the windows but wasn't fast enough. The leopard tried jumping in a second time and got half of her body in. She engaged Alexander in a serious scuffle and repeatedly tore his face with her 8-centimeter claws while attempting to deliver a fatal bite to his neck. At one point, Alexander had his hand in her mouth. The attack continued, and the leopard almost got all the way into the truck until Alexander raised his feet and kicked her out of the window, sending her running into the forest. Alexander suffered severe injuries and almost went blind. He required 21 stitches to close his wounds. In his words, Alexander said he, quote, learned a very painful lesson he will never forget, end quote. He sure did. Number 6. Crows attack researchers. Crows are good at recognizing people who trouble them, and will often taunt and dive bomb these people whenever they see them around. Some researchers who had been capturing and attaching identification bands on some crows discovered that the birds kept grudges when they noticed that the crows made noises and swooped at them whenever they entered their territory. To prove their theory, the researchers started wearing masks when capturing and tagging the birds. With time, they realized that the crows made noises whenever they saw the masked person around. The crows didn't forget the face and still recognized the masks even after they didn't see them for a whole year. More interesting is the fact that the crows taught their children which faces were their enemies. So the baby crows would scold and dive bomb at the perceived enemies even if they had never seen them capturing a crow before. Number 5. The angry camel. If there is one animal that never forgives or forgets, it's the camel. They have good memories and can hold grudges against people who harm them. Harming a camel is likely to lead to a revenge attack that will most likely end in death. One Indian man found this out the hard way in 2016 after he was killed by his own camel. The man, Urjaram, had been engrossed in hosting guests in his home in Mangta village, Rajasthan, India, that he forgot about the camel he tied out in the scorching sun for the whole day. When Urjaman tried untying the camel at night, the already angry camel caught him by the neck and lifted him up before throwing him back to the ground. Thereafter, it chewed on the neck until his head was separated from the body. It took 25 villagers about 6 hours to calm the angry camel down. Number 4. Tigress doesn't like taunts. On December 25, 2007, a tigress escaped from its enclosure at the San Francisco Zoo and attacked 3 men. 2 of the men were brothers, Paul and Kabir Dhaliwal, and the third was their friend, Carlos Sosa. The tigress, which was called Tatiana, first attacked Kabir. Sosa tried distracting her, but only attracted calamity to himself, as she left Kabir and fatally attacked him. Tatiana wasn't done. She followed Kabir's blood trail for over 274 meters before catching up with Paul, who had fled the scene with Kabir. She attacked Paul but didn't kill him before she was killed by the police. The 2 surviving men initially denied taunting the tigress, but Paul later confessed that they did taunt her. He claimed that all 3 yelled and waved at Tatiana, although he denied that they threw anything into her enclosure. Number 3. Elephants attack a village. In July 2016, members of several villages around the Champura Forest in Kionchar, India, suffered a series of elephant invasions that lasted over 2 weeks. Over 15 days, 16 elephants from 2 different herds launched a number of night attacks on the village and destroyed 54 homes. Investigations revealed that the cause of the attacks was the killing of a male elephant on the night of July 11th. Some poachers from a neighboring state were responsible for poisoning and killing the elephant before making off with its tusks. However, the rest of the herd directed their aggression at the village and launched simultaneous attacks that left the villagers living under trees or in makeshift sheds. Number 2. Skuas attack researchers. Skuas are one of the several birds that live in Antarctica. While they evolved without human interaction, we know today that they have the ability to remember human faces and will attack people they assume to be enemies. Between 2014 and 2015, some Korean scientists based on King George Island started a study that involved the checking on the nests, eggs, and chicks of the skuas. The skuas weren't comfortable with this, and with time, they started attacking the researchers whenever they got too close to their nests. To confirm whether the birds recognized them or just attacked any human, 2 researchers visited the nest together. One had previously visited the nest while the other never had. The 2 researchers split up and went in 2 opposite directions whenever they got close to the nest. They discovered that the birds attacked the researcher who had previously visited the nest while ignoring the one that had never been there before. In fact, with time, They didn't even wait for the scientists they branded as enemies to come close to their nests before they launched their assault. Number 1. Tiger serves karma. In Sisatadu, Kerala, India, a male tiger went on a rampage in 2016 after a poacher killed its tigress and cub. The poacher, who was called Baby, was among a party of brewers who illegally brewed alcohol in the forest. They came across the tigress and cub during one of their illegal brewing expeditions. Baby shot and killed the tigress and cub, and the men skinned her and shared her meat. The brewers returned 3 days later to meet the angry partner of the tigress. The tiger pounced on Baby and mauled him badly before carrying him into the forest. Baby initially survived the attack, but the injuries soon proved fatal. The tiger did not stop at killing Baby. He continued patrolling the region for over 2 months, attacking any unfortunate human it came across.